Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Astocky here. In the last episode I was just about to sleep, but I can't sleep for some reason because the sun hasn't finished going down yet. Basically what I had just done is I had built a generator and a macerator, but now while I think about it, what I really want to do is going to involve some cactus. So I'm going to run over here. What a nice base. I've had quite a few comments about the fact that I always seem to end up in swamp biomes, but I am not going to stay in a swamp biome. I am going to go over there. So that's roughly where I'm going to build, at the base of the volcano next to the village, and I'm going to be the protector of the village. And I think I've mentioned it before, I want to avoid building everything underground like I normally do. I want to focus on absolutely everything being above ground in this episode, because I can now build really high. So I'm going to build some cool stuff. I was hoping to find a really tall volcano and I was going to build like a evil wizard sort of tower on top of it, but I found a really short volcano and a second really short volcano, and neither of those are exactly what I'm after. Well, salt. I don't actually want salt. Salt's not actually that useful to me, but come on. Sweet string. Yeah, I don't actually want salt right now, but it becomes useful for cooking with some of the things that you can cook in the farming mod, so I think eventually I might do something with that. That's better. I was doing something wrong and not getting critical hits, but solve that now. Go, swim. What I'm hoping is that, excellent. I was hoping that my red power stuff would actually be growing, because I want to turn that into some string as well, because I want to make a fishing rod and I want to make some bows, and I want to eat, and I want to not die, so I'm going to run over here and hide from these skeletons. Hiding. And while I'm hiding, I'm going to cook up 8 should be plenty. Cook up 8 cactuses. Now where's all my tin gone? I'm sure I had way more tin than that. Let's just make it back to the safety of daytime. Now, food. Actually, I want to go whack those skeletons because I want them to drop experience. Come on. Beautiful. Creeper, stay over there. Couple more skeletons, come on. Come out in the sun and let me hurt you. Right. It turns out they're too smart for that. Uh-oh, I'm not healing. I totally forgot the purpose of me coming over here, and that was to heal. Looks like an apple it is. If only an apple a day kept the skeletons away. Come on, seriously, leave me alone. Now, I have 2 pieces of string. I want your string, spider. Great, another spider eye. I actually do have a use for spider eyes though now. They're not... Great. They're not just for creating poison potions and things now. You can actually use those spider eyes to create other slightly more useful things. Why do I... Oh. Why do I not have tin? Did I create a chest down here? No? Okay. I'm absolutely positive I had more tin than this when I started. I suppose 5 tin ore is not too bad. There's some coal. Now make myself lots of charcoal. So I don't really like wasting coal, especially when coal is so useful for making steel. Take my piece of iron. Bam. And we now have another machine block, which is going to be really useful eventually. Not right now, but eventually. You'll do. 2 pieces of charcoal will be plenty for this for now. Macerate. So this isn't going to be too long a video tonight, because I'm actually going to be focusing on trying to get the installer pack to work with Linux. I've pretty much got there. There's just 1 or 2 more things that I'm missing, and then the pack will be ready for Linux, and then I think it'll only take me another day to get it ready for Mac. The change between Linux and Mac well, to be honest, seemed pretty straightforward and pretty benign, so I'm hoping that without too much effort I can get that done. But the reason I want these is I want cactus green, and I'm going to just dig up some of this beach here. So I think I'm eventually going to dig up all of this beach, and I'm going to replace it with dirt. Not sure if right now I'm going to do it, but I think eventually I'm probably going to just extend that farm a little bit out. And I think I'm also going to turn off the industrial craft sounds, because that is ever so slightly annoying. There we go, take some more out. Obviously I'm taking the sand out because I need to make glass, because I want to make pipes. And the cactus green is because I want to make waterproof pipes. So that's going to be the aim that I'm going to go for today. And how much energy I've got left? Oh, fair bit. Might go cook that up. Actually, no, I won't. Before I cook that up, I'm going to take my copper and make some copper dust. And the reason I'm going to do that is I want to make some bronze. It's not one of the first things you really need to do, but it's something that I like to do pretty early on. Because if I do that nice and early on, I can then start moving my machines without having to worry too much. And like I said, I don't plan on keeping these machines here. This is going to be like a minimum time placement, just while I get enough rubber tree saplings and a few other different things that I can move away from the area that I'm currently in. So I need, I'm probably going to need all of that to become, I'm going to need all of that to become, I just am totally having a blank now. Lost it. It's gone. That thought, that brainwave is just gone, never to be heard from again. But I am going to make bronze dust so I can move this macerator eventually. But before I do that, I'm going to need some more wood, because I have a grand plan. And you are a ginormously fantastic tree. You will give me all the wood I need from just one tree. And you can go back there. I think I just got shoved by a pig. There are some serious saplings and bits of wood falling out of this tree. Time to go off and replenish the earth, restock all the wood. Okay, so now what I need is I need some iron. I think that's going to be plenty. Really having some trouble thinking at the moment. Because I want to replace this generator with a better generator. So where'd my tin dust go? I've got 10 tin dust and 10 copper dust. I need to make... Oops. I think that's how much I need. Yeah, that gives me 6 bronze. And that 6 bronze will turn into 1 bronze wrench. Now I can use some more of this tin. I really need a second furnace. It would be embarrassing to say I didn't have enough cobble to make a furnace. It's almost a waste of materials to do furnaces like this, but I don't really have too much of an issue with it. So, how's my iron going? Beautiful. So the good thing about generators is you can just smash them. They don't actually cause you any problems. And now I can make what I was hoping to make, which is a set of water power generators. And you might ask, what am I needing to make water power generators for? It is so I can make more power. Because presently I was making 1 unit of power. No, I was making 10 units of power, but I was using charcoal to do it. So what I'm effectively doing now is, with a bucket of water, I now have the ability to produce a lot more power. Although really what the generator is doing is producing 10 EU per tick, and then the macerator was using like 2 EU per tick of that. So what I'm doing now is I'm producing with 2 water generators, both using buckets of water, I believe I'm producing 4 EU per tick. So I'm producing still a little bit more than it needs, but I'm producing it without actually putting any effort in. So that's kind of really what I'm aiming to do. And I have a plan that's just going to require me to make some waterproof pipes and a pump. And then I'm going to once I've done that, what that will allow me to do is create a basically self-refilling pumps. So you can see these will start to produce a little bit of power now to keep this full. And you can see they're barely using any of the actual water fill at the moment. They're just really slowly starting to use the water to keep that full. And in my Technic Pack Let's Play, I set up a really complicated system that involved using red power and repeaters and things to fill buckets of water to keep them full. But thanks to the Advanced Machines mod that I wasn't actually aware of before now, you can make a thing called a water strainer by taking the water mill, an iron waterproof pipe and a tank, and it will fill from Buildcraft pipes and constantly produce power, which is really just much simpler than having to fill the thing up with buckets. All you then need is a pump and some redstone engines to make sure you keep it full. So that's basically what I'm aiming to build this episode. because I'm aiming to build that as quick as I can. Oh, apples and way more saplings. And more sniper skeletons. Need some more food, so lucky I got some more apples. See, that's basically my aim, and so to do that I'm going to need to make some buildcraft gears and a few other different things. So that one's empty now, but you can see that one of them is producing more than enough power to keep it full, and this one's almost full. So kind of while I'm making all this iron dust, that was just absolutely plenty. So I need now to go and cook up all my iron. There's my bronze. So let's take my bronze and make my bronze wrench. Now I'm going to put that wrench away for now, because I don't actually want to use that wrench until such time as I've got a electronic wrench, I think they're called. An electric wrench. Because once I've got that electric wrench, I'll then have the ability to do things much more smoothly and not have to worry about constantly making bronze and having the bronze run out, because I like refillable tools. Okay, so I'll bring up now the ingredients that are required to make a pump. So that's an industrial craft pump, it's a buildcraft pump that we want. So I need a mining well and a tank. And so a mining well is 6 iron ingots, an iron gear and an iron pick. So that's why I need lots of iron to be able to do what I'm looking to do. But what I will do is I'll take those 4 iron and I will take this wood, turn it into more sticks because I'm going to need lots of sticks. There's my wooden gear. That was the familiar sound of something running out of power. Oops, I don't need another one of those. What I need is a stone gear. So 4 around that makes a stone gear. 4 around that, and we have my iron gear. So now I have my iron gear and my iron pick. Oops. And somehow I think I'm going to be a little bit of iron short. So back outside, get my bucket, fill this back up. That's about the only reason why I still have the actual sound on. It's really annoying, but I like the fact that I can now, from inside my house, tell if there's a problem with one of my machines. How do I get myself into this kind of situation? What can I throw on the ground? Something I won't miss. And yes, you're right, I'm sure you're all saying it right now, I need to organise myself a little bit better. And I agree with you. 5 iron ingots, I just need 1 more. Close my door, don't want the skeleton sneaking in. Okay, so here we go, we need 1 piece of redstone, my iron gear, my iron pick, and then my 6 iron ingots. That makes me a mining well. Now we can use the mining well to make a pump by putting it with a tank. I'm going to make a tank like so. Tank, mining well, pump. Now all I need is at least 1 redstone engine, probably 2 redstone engines to drive it. So I don't have everything I need on me right now. So I'm going to need to get some of that wood back. And I'm going to need more iron. So 1 will be enough to make 1, and that'll at least get me started. Cobble, cobble, cobble. A piece of redstone. And 3 planks. So there's my piston. Now on either side of my piston, we're going to need wooden gears. So, piston. Then I need a piece of glass. How do I not have glass? It appears I have done something incorrect. So what I might do is I might get myself set up to make 2 of them. Just so I don't have to stuff around too much. So there's some iron. I know I can't cook that, but I just didn't want to throw it on the ground. Okay, so we need planks, glass, piston, and we have redstone engine. So now I need to make another piston. So we do that with cobble, 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 piece of iron, piece of redstone, and then same pattern again. We now have our 2 redstone engines. So now I'm going to need, don't actually know how much of this I'm going to need, but I do know that I'm going to need glass to make any of it. So there we go. I'm going to need, I don't actually think I need a wooden waterproof pipe. I think I can just go straight with the kind of waterproof pipes, straight with these kind of pipes. Hoping that 8's going to be plenty. Let's just chuck as much stuff up there as we can. Get out of the way. I think it's night time. No, it's not. It's going to be night time in a moment. It'd be nice to have things ready by then. And then this episode's gone for about as long as I want it to, so hopefully once I get that sorted, we'll be good to go. Though, to power those I may need my wrench after all. Okay, we need... Gonna need more dirt. So I want to set this up to have a nice 9x9 pool. My pump to sit on. And I totally said 9x9 when I meant to say 3x3. Beautiful. So there's my pumperata setup. I know I just made up a word, but I thought I made up a pretty good word, so I'll stick with that. So pump on top. Break that block out. Then we need 2 redstone engines. Break those 2 blocks out. And now we need 2 levers. Levers require sticks, and sticks is something I don't have. I'm about to try something rather silly, because normally when you break something in industrial craft it kind of turns down to its base piece. So you know, if you break something like a geothermal generator would turn into, I don't know, I've totally forgotten. Sorry, a geothermal generator would turn into just a plain generator. That's it. That's what I was trying to say. My words had failed me. So yeah, a geothermal generator would turn into a generator. So I didn't want just a generator. I wanted to get, well, my water mills back, but I was thinking worst case is if I was to get a generator back, I could kind of double it, if that makes sense. So hopefully these will start pumping water soon, and then I'll come back with my 2 water strainers. Hopefully. It's all predicated on things working the way they're supposed to. And not having a lot of experience with things working the way they're supposed to so far in this episode. Gonna sleep through the night again. Look at that, slowly starting to pump water into it. It doesn't take very much water to keep water strainers working, but it does take a little bit. So we need... No, they need to be cooked, don't they? Perfect. I don't want to cook up too many. I want to cook up just enough to make the 2 waterproof pipes that I need. One more. Beautiful. There's my 2 pipe waterproofs to give me my 2 waterproof iron pipes, which are used to make the water strainers. Now all I need is I think I need 12 pieces of glass. I could probably do with a bat box as well at this stage, because if I had a bat box I'd be able to then start to... Okay, turns out 12 glass is nowhere near enough. I needed 16. So I'm just gonna... No, I'm not gonna pause the video, it's only gonna take a few seconds to get 16 glass. Just wondering what the next machine, I think the next machine I make will be an extractor. So I need an electronic circuit, 4 tree taps and a machine block. So it's really an electronic circuit that I'm short, which means I'm really just short some rubber, so it shouldn't take me too long to get that. And there it's our 16 glass. Just like I promised, didn't take too long. 2 tanks. 2 of those. 2 of those. And we have 2 water strainers. Now if I come over here and put these down, and 1, you can see that the light goes green, and it starts splashing up little stuff above it. If I put some cobble in, you can see that it's working, and that it stays full. That there is... Oh, don't break. Don't break. Excellent. So you can see that there is producing sufficient energy to keep this fully topped up. And if I add a second one, it doesn't get any water because these aren't producing enough water yet. But once these start to overheat and they start really pumping water, that'll keep enough water to keep this thing totally charged. Might make some sand just to make use of the energy that I do have in there. And then I'm going to set up a bat box and then power the rest of my machines. But this is going to be basically, this should be the replacement for 4 solar panels. Not totally sure if that's right. It's been a while since I've made an EU detector to check it out. Hopefully that'll pump water into both of them and power them both. There we go. Now I'm producing excess. It's not too bad a thing to produce excess water and just to kind of waste it. The next episode I'm going to make myself a red power timer, and I'm going to start with some Mine Factory Reloaded. So I think it'd be cool to get going with that mod. and to make some nice things with it, just to kind of show you all the cool stuff that you can do with that mod. So yeah, that's going to be the next thing I do. Whoop. So there you go. No power because these things aren't producing. Then it starts back up again. Basically what should happen is once these both go orange, this will be a constant flow of water, and these will just constantly produce power. So that's kind of where you want to get to, and that'll take me a little while to get there, but that's definitely something for another episode. Look at that, dozen loaves of bread. Beautiful, 16 loaves of bread, plenty of food. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where I make a little bit of a setup so that I can move it with me, because like I said, all of this is going to be moving over there to that village. I just want to harvest all these rubber tree leaves and get all the saplings from them. So yeah, that'll be a job for next episode, I think, harvesting the rubber tree leaves and getting myself set up to move. So thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.